Adalmann arrives like a prayer made flesh, overflowing with reverence, his skeletal frame almost glowing with holy force. The irony stings Rimuru immediately. A necromancer? No, a sainted archbishop of death, now radiating the light element with embarrassing purity. But then Rimuru sees the truth behind the glow. His stats, his EP, his evolution, all of it staggering, all of it brushing the threshold of an awakened demon lord. And at the center of this absurd transformation, the ultimate gift he now carries, Necronomicon. Adalmann speaks with a gentle pride. It is a font of knowledge for me, the very root of my newfound strength. Rimuru realizes Necronomicon is more than a relic. It's a bottomless well of instant cast necromancy, holy magic, information-powered augmentation, and absolute authority over the dead. The kind of treasure scholars would murder each other for. And Rimuru doesn't even need to investigate to know the culprit behind this. Ciel's presence hums quietly inside him, smug, a tailored construction, a piece of divine-level craftsmanship engineered for a magic-obsessed lich who spent his entire existence devouring forbidden texts. Rimuru sighs. Of course, the two biggest research maniacs under his command would become perfect complements. Ciel builds the toys. Adalmann uses them like sacred scripture. Rimuru dismisses him gently, not wanting to encourage the reverence radiating off the skeletal bishop. And that's when Alberto and Venti appear. Hesitant, lingering, almost afraid to enter. Rimuru wonders if he's finally gaining the dignified aura he always imagined. But no, they simply believe they are unworthy of meeting him after such rapid evolution. Rimuru physically cringes. This is sweet? Confusing? Maybe both. Yet when he hears what they've become, the confusion becomes awe. Their ultimate gifts, hastened thought, full reincarnation, servant immortality, all bound to Adalmann's existence. Their lives, their bodies, even their souls now orbiting the holy skeleton like loyal stars. The Flame Soul Paladin, whose sword now carries the beginnings of God-class potential. The Gehenna Dragon, whose EP hovers just beneath 1 million. They've become, in every sense, an extension of their master, a trio of impossible beings, a holy skeleton, an immortal knight, and a dragon from the underworld. And Rimuru realizes Ciel has been quietly shaping them into something far beyond mere protectors. He watches them leave with reverence, baffled at the escalating absurdity of his own army. Every interview pushes the ceiling higher. Every evolution makes the world feel less balanced. Rimuru wonders if this is really still the same story he started in. And then the door slams open. Shion bursts in with enough energy to crack the foundations. Rimuru braces himself automatically, and he has reason to. Her stats are absurd. Battle God, Warlord, EP soaring over 4 million. A God-class weapon resting casually on her hip like a kitchen knife. Her physical body is so overwhelmingly powerful it doesn't need ultimate skills. It doesn't need magic. She alone is a natural disaster. Rimuru reads her profile and feels something cold crawl down his spine. Infinite regeneration. Resistances stacked to the ceiling. A body so lethal that the only way to fight her is to face her directly. Something no sane person would ever do. And then the twist hits him. Despite everyone else gaining ultimate gifts, Shion still carries only her unique skill, Master Chef. No upgrades, no modifications, nothing added. When Rimuru asks why, Ciel answers in a tone he has never heard from her before. Because amplifying her any further risks granting her abilities capable of killing even me. Rimuru freezes. Ciel, the being who broke logic. The being who evolves ultimate skills like breathing. The being who reshapes souls and rewrites worlds. Paused. Stopped. Hesitated. Because Shion was too dangerous. Rimuru swallows hard and immediately agrees. No enhancements. Shion is terrifying enough as she is. And yet, sitting across from him, beaming with a childlike pride and waiting for praise, she is exactly the same Shion who thrusts food into his hands with fatal enthusiasm. He praises her gently, indulgently, letting the moment soften him. Her loyalty, her earnest effort. He realizes something quietly painful. Somewhere between the battles and the banter, he became a father figure to her. But peace never lasts long with Shion. With perfect, catastrophic timing, she drops a bomb as casually as breathing. Masayuki looked sad, so she cheered him up, and she scheduled a meeting with Rimuru. Tomorrow morning, Rimuru's mind goes blank. Masayuki, the hero, the living anomaly, and the man who looks exactly like Emperor Ludora, with Velgrin somewhere in the shadows, with politics tightening around them like a noose. Rimuru thanks her, smiling weakly while his soul screams internally. The moment she skips out, humming with pride, he facepalms hard enough to bruise. And then he immediately summons Diablo. If Shion is the spark, Diablo is the nuclear response. And Rimuru has a feeling tomorrow might end with an explosion. But even that impending crisis pales compared to the final interview group. The demons. Diablo enters first, his presence a velvet storm of menace and devotion. Behind him, the three Primordial Demonesses try to force their way inside. Carrera lunges at Diablo like he owes her blood. Ultima follows, gleefully feral. Their bodies torn, their energy unstable, but demons treat near-fatal injuries like mild headaches. They argue, they threaten, they snarl, and Testarossa, untouched, immaculate, simply glides forward and pours Rimuru tea. Her poise is unnerving. Her calm is sharper than any blade. And then she says it. Someone told them Rimuru plans to fire Diablo and appoint one of them as his new second secretary. Rimuru nearly chokes to death. He didn't plan that. He didn't even think that. But the demons already believe it. They're preparing for it, competing for it, fighting for it. He tries to explain, to deny the claim, to regain control, but they cut him off with terrifying sincerity. No need to meet our subordinates. I'll give you everything you need. It would only waste your precious time. No one under us would dare bother you. We will handle it. 4 overwhelmingly powerful demons staring at him like loyal wolves waiting for approval. Rimuru feels his soul leave his body. He whispers a tiny, "Okay," and wonders when exactly he lost control of this world. Ciel reminds him quietly, no need to summon every subordinate. She already knows them all. Naturally, Rimuru doesn't even fight it. The first interview is Diablo, and the moment he closes the door behind him, his facade drops. Excitement, hunger, pride, the thrill of finally having Rimuru's undivided attention. His EP is 6,666,666. Rimuru mutters, "He totally rigged that number." Ciel refuses to comment. Diablo smiles innocently. He explains his ultimate skill, Azazel, Lord of Temptation, with the fervor of a scholar unveiling sacred scripture. Hasten thought. Control dimensions, world of temptation, a mirror of Rimuru's own power, except Diablo understands every mechanism, every layer, every limitation. Ciel even praises him silently, which feels like betrayal. Rimuru feels the uncomfortable truth settle in his chest. Diablo might genuinely surpass him. Not through brute strength, but through mastery. Rimuru relies on Ciel for half his abilities. Diablo uses his own power like a weaponized language. Rimuru imagines battles, Diablo versus Zagion, Diablo versus Benimaru, Diablo versus the world, and he decides immediately never to rank them. Just call the 3 strongest his top 3 and pretend it's all equal. Then Diablo mentions Ghidorah. Rimuru flinches. Ghidorah? Under Diablo? Why? But Diablo explains with cool composure. Ghidorah lacks piety, but he's passionate about magic. Diablo tried teaching him. Ghidorah nearly died. That broke Rimuru's orders, so Diablo reincarnated him on the spot as a demon. Rimuru's heart stops. Diablo then says the new species name, Metal Demon, something he's never seen before. Rimuru wheels on Ciel. Her response? "Oh, that was me." Rimuru nearly flips the desk. This is exactly why he holds interviews, but Ciel insists it's fine. The transformation is unrelated to Beretta, and Rimuru's little push earlier contributed. Diablo beams. Rimuru gives up. He authorizes the change on one condition. Take good care of him, and don't let him become another Adalmann.